Hi everyone! I hope everybody is doing well. I miss you guys so much. I wanted to make this video to go over our new digital music classroom. I apologize in advance about the length of this video. I am going to try and cut it down, but I wanted to just make sure that I show you how to do everything in this classroom. So I've sent you a link, and when you click that link, it should take you to something that looks like this. Um, Now, you can click on any object in this room, and it's going to give you a link to a website or a video, and I'm going to show you some of those. Now, if you want to see this screen bigger, you can go up here to this present. And then as you can see, it's made it bigger so you can really see what's in this room. Now, again, because of time, I'm not going to show you everything. If you click on this shark, it's going to take you to a video that you can sing along to. Here, this wolf, it takes you to a playlist I made on YouTube. It has two different videos of Peter and the Wolf. One we watched in class together. You can't beat that one. It's so good. It's David Bowie narrates Peter and the Wolf. If you remember, each character is represented by a different instrument. But I also included another video that I just found. It has really neat animation to it. It is longer than the other one that we watched, but I thought it was really cool. So if you want to see something different, you can watch that one as well. This book right here, it's called Because. I actually just found this yesterday and I really like the story. It's about a little girl that goes to a concert. The person that reads the story to you, I love how she narrates it. So that's really fun to listen to. It's about 10 minutes. Um, this one I'm actually going to show you. So you can see when I click on it, it takes you to a website. Now it's this music play website, and you can see this Poison Rhythm is highlighted in blue. Now I'm going to come over here to my quarter notes, eighth notes, and rest, or my ta TT. And then I have all these different options that I can click on. So when I click on it, it's going to take you to the Poison rhythm practice. Now, when you hit play, it's going to show you your poison rhythm, and this is it. It's going to play that rhythm for you. And if you want a little more time to spend looking at it, you can pause it like I did. But then I'm just going to skip ahead here. As you keep going, it plays a pattern for you. And if it's not the poison pattern, then you can repeat it. But if it is the poison pattern, it's going to give you a big oops and see if it caught you. So that's how you play that one. All right, this barn here, it takes you to a vocal exploration. I actually made this, and over here, this forest of trees, that's a vocal exploration also. I made those for kindergarten specifically because we were doing a lot of vocal exploration in class together, but anybody can do this. It's really about exploring your range from low to high. So anybody can do those. This piano down here on the floor takes you to a virtual piano. What I like about this one, and there'll be a couple ads that pop up and you can just exit out, but you can play individual notes. You can also, let me turn this off. You can also hold it and move, and it just glissandos up and down the piano. So I thought that was really fun. You can play around with that. When you click on me, it's going to take you to a YouTube video. This is a movement song. So let me, oh, we got to get past the ad first. And whoops, there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to skip ahead so I can show you. You're going to see a purple triangle, a yellow circle, a pink square, or a turquoise X. and it tells you what you're going to do for each of those. So if you're the purple triangle, you're going to do squat jumps. If you're the yellow circle, you're going to go up and down. If you're the pink square, you're going to run. If you're the X, you're going to run and clap. And I'm going to show you what that means here. You can see the pink square is running. If you chose to do the pink square, you're going to be running when this one is. As I skip forward, you can see now they are running and clapping. This person is jumping up and down. As you go through the different levels, it gets a little faster and then it gets a little harder where all of them are doing it together. So you can do this by yourself and choose a different one to do each time, or you could do this with family members and make it interactive with them. So again, that's if you click on me. Here are treble clefs. This takes you to a game called Whack-A-Note. Now, all you have to do is click play now. And then it's going to take you to, it says, welcome to Whack-A-Note. Use the number pad on your computer to find the right notes. If you don't have a number pad, which most of us don't, you can use your mouse or touchpad. So when you click start game, I don't understand the purpose of this part. So just go through and click these different numbers just to get past it. So next level, I think that's if you had a number pad, but again, most of us don't. So when you get to the next level, it tells you what you're looking for. We're looking for G, which is this second line. Remember, those of us that learned it, every good boy deserves fudge or does fine. Also, you can remember it's the second line. It's the line that goes through the circle of the treble clef. They're always going to show you what that note looks like. So when you click start, you are looking for G's. And you're whacking those that you see. So that's a fun game to play. Let me go on to the next one. Over here, I have a picture of a composer. This is Hans Zimmer. He wrote a lot of music for movies. I've only included some of those movies here in this playlist that I made for you guys. So you can scroll through and see the different movies that he wrote music for. I included a short interview here where he talks about his process for writing music for movies, which was really interesting to listen to because it's different than what John Williams did that we learned about in January. So again, you can listen to any of these um, videos to hear music that he wrote for the different movies. Again, those are only a few of the movies that he's written music for. All right, moving on. If you click this piano, this takes you to a playlist of the Piano Guys. So you can scroll through, there's a bunch of different Piano Guys music here, and you can choose any of them that you want to watch. If you click the drum, this is a game. It's Carmen's World Orchestra. It's going to come up with I believe, a green arrow here, and then it's going to start the game, and it's going to walk you through and tell you what to do. There's going to be different instruments down here at the bottom, and these are world instruments, so you may not recognize them, but you can follow the instructions. She tells you what to do, and then eventually there's going to be a world over here you can click on, and it takes you to a different part of the world, and you'll see different instruments. So that's really neat because you get to hear different instruments from all around the world. All right. Over here, we've got, let's see, let's click on our xylophone. This takes you to a website where, whoops, I scrolled too far. You can click on xylophone, metallophone, or piano to hear all the different sounds. And then you can actually play the different keys to hear how that sounds. You can exit out of there. You can do the metallophone and hear how that sounds, and you can make up your own song on any of those instruments. Boomwhacker, same thing. It's going to take you to a website where you can actually make up your own melody by clicking on the different boomwhackers to play. Over here, this guitar that you can't see because I'm covering it, when you click on that, it takes you to this page. Now, not all of these work on my computer. So they probably won't work on yours, but the ones that do work, this Instrument Frenzy, I thought this one was really fun. Let me mute it. There we go. So you are going to be helping sort the instruments into their different instrument families. When you hit begin, it gives you the instructions. So you're going to see an instrument on the TVs up top. You're going to use your arrow buttons. So let me just show you. I'm just going to do easy here. So here I've got an instrument I'm going to arrow over because once it's filled up, it's going to drop. And I know that that instrument is a woodwind. Oh, I almost missed that one. That's a brass. I know that's string, so I click down to drop it in the correct instrument box. So I'm going to exit out of this. So you're going to use the arrows to catch the instruments and then drop them in the correct instrument family box. So that's how that one works. The percussion showdown. This one, you can click if you want to be a guy or a girl. And then here, you're going to be using your arrows again. This lets you practice. So if you click this arrow, you can see it plays the triangle. Down here, if they have two, you click those at the same time. So once you've practiced, again, they have different levels. You click on one, and you're going to repeat what Polly does. So Polly played this one. I'm going to play that one. And then they want you to add your own. And if you forget to do that, she tells you, don't forget to add a note. So I'm going to play that one. And you're just going to copy what she does and see if you can keep up. The last one I'm going to show you is music match instruments. This one is exactly what it sounds like. It's just like a memory game. So you're going to have cards. You can select your level, and you flip them over and try and match those instruments. So that's how you play that one. All right. This little decal here on my wall that has the music notes, if you click on that, it takes you to some rhythm games. So again, we're on this Music Play website, and here we have the Echo Rhythm highlighted. Again, I would click right here on the quarter notes, eighth notes, and rest because that is the notation that we're familiar with. And then you can click on any of these. And what it's going to do is it's going to show you a rhythm. They're going to play the rhythm for you, and then you're going to echo it. You can also go to this read, clap, and play. Again, go to the quarter notes, eighth notes, and rest. And you can click on any of these, and it's going to show you a rhythm that you're going to read and clap yourself, and then it plays it for you so you can check and see if you did it correctly. You can also do this listen, say, and clap. But those are the three options that I would say you could play around with on this screen. All right, we already went over the forest. This microphone, when you click it, it takes you to a YouTube playlist where there are a bunch of sing-along songs. So from different Disney movies, there's I'm Good on there, but there's all kinds of songs you can click to sing along to. Let's see, if you click on this over here, this takes you to a rhythm composition, and you can see at each level what rhythms they include. So I'm just going to click on this one. They give you the instructions. Click on a rhythm down here to add it to your beat chart, and then once you have done that, you can click play to hear your composition. So you can see as I click a rhythm, it adds it to my beat chart here, and you're going to fill that up with your beats, and then you click play. And what I wanted to show you is you can click any of these options to hear a different sound play your rhythm. So you've got the hands clapping, rhythm sticks, the drum, and so on. So you can change how that sounds. So that's how you do this one over here. The music play. When you click on that, it takes you to a bunch of games with music play. So you can scroll down and see that there are a lot of games here. I'm going to show you a few of these. Um, let's see. This Instruments of the Orchestra, I like this because, click the introduction, there is a little bit of reading. They tell you what the orchestra is and talk about the different instrument families. But I like it because you can also click to hear the different instrument families. And then once you get past the introduction to the families, I really like it goes over each family individually, and you can click to hear each individual instrument that makes up that family. So I like that you can hear not only the family together, but the individual instruments that make up that family. Um, what instrument? This is an instrument matching game. So this wants to know what instruments you hear. When you click on that, it's going to give you the instructions, and then you're going to click what instrument you hear. I believe it is a frog and a princess theme. So that's a fun one to do and see if you can recognize what instrument's being played. This instrument bingo, I'm not a huge fan of it because it doesn't tell you if you're right or wrong. So I would stay away from that one. This note name memory game, this is just like memory. You're probably going to have to go to full screen on this. Um, when you click on one of these, you can do just the notes in the spaces, just the notes on the lines, or the notes on the full staff. There's two different levels. So if you click on one, there's level two. In level one, it actually shows you the cards. So you're just going to be matching, okay, spaces, let me think the spaces, spell the letter face. So I know that face starts with an F. My first space is F. So it actually shows you the face of those cards to make it easier. In level two, it's actually turned over like a real memory game. So you have to remember where they are as you click to turn them over. Um, this one, you actually have to exit out of the game to get to a different game. So if you were on the spaces and you want to go to the lines, you'll have to exit out and then go back into play. This one, which rhythm do you hear? It's going to play a rhythm for you, and you click which rhythm that you heard. Match the melody. On this one, I'll show you this one real quick. This one I would stick, all of these are going to be harder and harder and harder. The first level is Soul and Me that we have done in class. There's 3 different levels within that. Now, on Pitch Hill, we learned that Soul and Me were on different lines and spaces than what they show here. But just remember that Soul is higher and Me is lower. So you can click to hear the example played on a keyboard or somebody singing it, but you're going to click one of those. You could do both if you want, and then you're going to click which melody you hear, and it's going to tell you if you're right or wrong. All right, so a lot of these beat or rhythm, beat or no beat, up and down, major, minor, smooth, separated, loud, quiet, high, low, fast, slow. All of these are going to give you examples to listen to, and then you click which one you think you heard. The rhythm racing is going to play a rhythm for you, and there's different levels here. So they play a rhythm for you, and if what they play is what's on your screen, you're going to click yes. If it's different, you're going to click no. If you're right, you'll hear an engine revving. If you're wrong, you're going to hear brakes. So that's how you play that game. All right. Again, for time, I'm not going to show you every single one of these. You guys can play around. These are really fun to just play around with. But that is this music play. I'm going to come back to this box here in just a moment. Here we've got a map. When you click on this map, it takes you to our composer map. When you click on the map, it just takes you to a full screen. You can click to go to America, or you can click to be in Europe. but you're going to click one of these countries and it's going to bring up a list of the composers from that country. Now you can read about the composers. You can also, like for example, I read about Mozart. You can click on his name and it takes you to where you can hear some of the music that he's written and you can listen to examples of that. There's also some videos here about Mozart if you want. But I just thought that was really kind of fun to be able to hear different music from different composers and see what countries they came from. So if you want to get back to the map, you can click on composers and then composers by country. And it takes you back to the map that we were in. So that is how you do the map here. All right, now these two, this one, let me go ahead and go to the boombox. This is Incredibox. Some of you have already done this. Make sure that when you do this, you click on the web version. If you download the app, that's not free, but the web version is free. So make sure you click on that. It takes a few seconds. My emails are going crazy here. There we go. It takes a few seconds to load. And then when it does, you'll see these different icons that you can click on. Now, these down here are usually locked, so you can choose from these four. So I'm going to choose this one. Once you choose one, again, it takes a second to load. So let's give it a few seconds. Once it loads, you'll see, I can't remember, like 6 guys. Oh, here we go. Press the play button. So here you see our guys. These buttons down here, you can click and drag it to a guy. And then he starts making, let me just mute the whole thing. He starts making a sound. If you don't like that sound, you can exit off of it and try a different one. But it's really fun to go through and hear these sounds together. You can really create your own pattern. Now, again, for time's sake, I just threw some on there. And as I'm listening to this, there's also some more options I can do. I can click this sound X, that mutes that one guy. So I could mute several of them and just hear those 4. Now, when I want to hear them again, I can just click on them to add them back in. If I want to just hear this guy, I can click the headphones and everybody else is muted except for him. And then I can click it again to bring everybody else back in. So that's something really fun to play around with. Now this Ninja, this one is the hardest one, I think. It's a lot of fun. It's very similar to Guitar Hero, if you've ever played Guitar Hero. So you're going to enter the game, and I would do the keyboard mode. All right. They have a tutorial, but I'm going to be honest with you, the tutorial is pretty hard, actually. So make sure you're on the 5 keys. You can do the tutorial, but I actually recommend going down to this very first one. It says Mom, and you can see the level is level 1. Now, level 1 has 117 notes. Level 2 has 155. Level 5 has 4, so you can see how it gets harder. But level 1, I'm just going to show you real quick. You use different notes on your keyboard to play this game. So it takes a second to load. And then here, before I press start, I'm going to figure out what notes or what keys to play. So if I click key D as in dog, you can see that this highlights. So that's D. This one is F. This one is spacebar. That one is, let's see, J. And then this one is K. So you can practice getting used to clicking those. And then once you think you're ready, press start or enter, and the music will start playing. I muted it so that I can focus on talking to you. But then you're going to be playing those keys as the music plays. And it's going to tell you if you're late or early or if you miss them. I'm going to tell you, this is really hard. Miss Lamb had a hard time getting used to doing this, but it's actually really fun. At the end, it's going to give you a score, just like Guitar Hero does. Um, if you see that it's highlighted and long, that means you just hold the note for that long. There's all different music down here. I've only listened to the top couple of them, but again, there's different levels. So after you get an A at level 1, you could try level 2 and see how that goes. So again, this one's pretty hard, but it's a lot of fun. And that is our music classroom. You can exit out of the full screen. And I'm just asking that you guys spend 15 or 20 minutes each week playing around. I mean, you can spend as much time as you want. As you can see, there's a lot in here. But I'm not going to say do at least 3 things because some of these things are really short and some of them are really long. So spend about 15, 20 minutes playing around. And then in our Google Classroom, let me know what you did when you turn in the assignment. All right, remember, I can't give you credit if I don't know what you did. All right. As always, let me know if you have any questions. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Bye.